And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel guys, hope you're all well. Before we do get into today's video, as always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. Guys, as always, going to be going over all the latest Liverpool news from the last 24 hours. That includes the club set to agree a huge deal amid a summer of agreements. Yes, a lot of stuff happening. There was a bit of transfer news that we brought to you yesterday as well, whilst we're also going to be taking a little look ahead of what's to come for Liverpool. Of course, we are on Tuesday. It has been a bit of a miserable start to the week, let's be honest, after Sunday's escapades from the Reds. And to be fair, last week as a total was an absolute disaster following the draw against Manchester United, the defeat to Atalanta, then of course the defeat to Crystal Palace, which leaves us now 1 point behind Manchester City in this title race. But things have got to start clicking, and they've got to start clicking very, very soon. And I'm not going to keep on ranting and raving about the matches, of course. I'm still pissed off, even on Tuesday, 2 days after the defeat. I'm just looking forward to the next game against Atalanta, funnily enough. And whilst I'm not really expecting us to get through to the next round as such, I just want to see a response. I want to see goals scored. I want to see no goals conceded. I just want to see a performance that gives me a bit of hope and gives me a bit of belief that Liverpool can go on and win this Premier League title. You know, again, we know we all threw the toys out to the pram and said that the title was over, but you never stop giving up hope when it comes to Liverpool. So here's hoping we can put a performance on Thursday, but then following that, of course, we can go and get the job done against it back in the Premier League at the weekend. Now, of course, over the last sort of 24 hours, there's been a lot of different bits with regards to transfer news. And some of you might say, well, look, it is pretty early. Yeah, it is mid-April. We still got a good month and a half until the sort of transfer window opens and these kind of things. But one thing is for certain, there is going to be transition in the summer months. We're hearing that already from a lot of sources. And despite there being a bit of a sizable rebuild last summer, it is believed that we are going to see some come in, some people go out in the summer transfer window as well, this upcoming one, of course, with the appointment of our new manager. Now, in today's video, of course, we did discuss, well, yesterday we discussed Kelleher. He's being a subject of interest from various amounts of clubs throughout England, Nottingham Forest being the notable one. Fabio Carvalho as well is attracting interest, according to Fabrizio Romano. And the latest on Kelleher is that Liverpool will be able to let him go. With Fabio Carvalho, it's a situation that if Ruben Amorim does take over the helm, he could be a part of the setup in a more regular basis next season. But either way, the new manager is going to assess Fabio Carvalho's situation at this moment in time with regards to that. However, we have got another exclusive, and now this one's always echoing. It's regards to Luis Diaz. There's been a lot of talk, there's been a lot of news with regards to Luis Diaz over the last week or so, linking him with moves to Paris Saint-Germain, linking him with moves to Barcelona. And we're getting another exclusive, not from me of course, but from Colombian sources, that Liverpool are set to agree a new deal and are set to offer Luis Diaz a brand new contract in accordance with his importance to the team. In this way, they hope to protect it and keep away the interest of economically strong teams like Paris Saint-Germain. Now, if you don't know too much about Luis Diaz, in terms of he signed obviously from Porto back in January of 2022, he actually does have a fairly modest salary. Maybe not to me and you, but as a footballer playing at the highest level, I think he's on around 60 to 70,000 pounds per week, which does sound a lot, of course, but in terms of a Liverpool football player, it's actually quite low considering his teammates. So there is no problems with him trying to get a new deal. There has been a lot of talk coming out of his camp about maybe pushing moves, and this is, you know, it's like a chess piece. It's like moving the board forward to try and, of course, get better terms here at Liverpool. The player's very, very happy at Liverpool, and Liverpool are, of course, going to bite and are set to agree a deal and will offer him a new contract. Look, this summer as well does mark an interesting summer for contract agreements and all these kind of things, because Trent Alexander-Arnold was coming into the final sort of final year of his contract going into next season. Same with Virgil van Dijk, and then same with Mo Salah. So there's going to be a discussion to be had, of course, when the new manager comes into place with regards to that. But something that's going to be taken out of the new manager's hands is the deal for Luis Diaz, and that's the sort of fend off interest from Paris Saint-Germain, and it does look as though they will agree a deal ahead of the summer. And some of you may go, well, the manager's not in place. Yes, but there is, of course, people making these decisions in positions that are higher than the manager. And someone that, like Luis Diaz, if you want to protect our asset, certainly if he's only on a lower wage, and we don't want to be losing him for cheap, because he has some good goal contributions so far this season, and definitely is still a talent. He's still 27, he still can get better, but certainly a player that Liverpool want to keep around, and a player that does want to stay at this football club going forward as well. Now, in other news, guys, just to sort of finish up, guys, we've got a bit of regards to Naby Keita. Yes, Naby Keita, of course, left the club last season on a free transfer, and the former Liverpool midfielder is under storm at Werder Bremen, who claimed the Guinean refused to travel for a game after learning he would not start. Keita's 5-year stay at Anfield limped to a fitting close as his contract expired at the end of the campaign, in which he only played 13 times. The midfielder suffered a seemingly never-ending series of injuries, illness and other discomfort, which limited him to only 129 appearances during his entire spell at the Reds. There were renewed hopes, though, when he made a swift return to the Bundesliga with Werder Bremen, with his free transfer confirmed back in June. But the 29-year-old has now been warned to face his consequences amid claims from the club's sporting director that he failed to report to the team bus for the Sunday's clash with Bayer Leverkusen. This is what a statement said from Werder Bremen. After Naby found out yesterday that he would not be playing from the start, he decided not to get on the bus and go home. We will talk to him and his agent tomorrow about the consequences and how to proceed. Keita, who has already missed 17 games for Werder Bremen due to 2 injuries, 3 bouts of illness, and representing Guinea at the African Cup of Nations, has only played 5 times for the club. The suggestion that his refusal to travel as he was not in the starting lineup is a bizarre one at face value, as he only has a previous start came back in October. He was an unused substitute in 3 of his previous 5 games in the Bundesliga, otherwise coming off of the bench in back-to-back losses to Union Berlin and Wolfsburg. And Keita has since taken to Instagram to refute Fritz's allegation, insisting, "I won't accept anybody tarnishing my image. Since the first day I signed for this great club, I've always worked selflessly and professionally. My only desire is only to help the club and bring joy to many fans, especially at a time when the results are not as what we'd like them to be. Since the beginning of my career, wherever I've been, I've never had problems with discipline, and I've always tried to be a role model, so I won't accept anybody tarnishing my image. To the fans, I want you to know that I fight every training session to make you happy at the weekend. Training, giving everything, these are the limits of my strength. Alice Werder." Throughout his career, Keita has played 364 times for club and country, missing 156 due to injury and illness. So not all going well for Naby Keita at this moment in time. But Liverpool fans, do let me know your thoughts on the situation in regards to Luis Diaz. Are you in favour for him to, 1, get a new contract, which he is, by the way, so there is no choice, he is getting a new contract from Liverpool. But is he a player that you would be open to selling in the summer, yes or no? And do we need to bring in some more forward reinforcements in the summer transfer window under Ruben Amorim, yes or no? Again, let me know down in the comment section below. That brings us to the end of today's video. As always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. Thank you, and I'll see you all next time. Take care. Peace.